If you missed the markets last week, here's your recap. Stocks cooled off, crypto held its ground, and geopolitics reminded everyone who's boss. Let's hit the headlines from January 12th through 16th, 2026. First, the big picture on stocks. Major U.S. indexes were mixed to softer. The S&P 500 slipped modestly, while small caps quietly outperformed. International markets were mostly flat, cautious, not panicked. The Fed pointed to rate cuts later, not sooner, which steadied nerves but kept bulls in check. Sector story. Energy led the winners, helped by firm oil and a defensive tilt. Utilities and industrials posted modest gains. Meanwhile, consumer discretionary and some tech lagged. Translation: selective rotation beat broad-based rallies. Then, fresh US-EU tariff threats rattled markets into week's end. The safety trade lit up. Gold and silver caught a clean bid. My takeaway on equities? Investors leaned defensive ahead of earnings and key macro prints. It wasn't a risk-off stampede, more like tapping the brakes. All right, crypto time. Bitcoin hovered around $92,000, holding key psychological levels but not blasting through resistance. Ethereum stayed near its own ceilings, steady but watchful. Sentiment cooled to neutral as volumes thinned and the fear and greed readout drifted to the middle. Under the hood, rotation got interesting. AI-linked and DePIN names flashed periodic strength but also underperformed. GameFi also saw weakness. Choppy leadership, selective winners. What kept crypto buoyant? Institutional interest stayed in the mix, with Bitcoin ETF flows a notable prop. But regulatory, macro, and tariff uncertainty kept traders cautious. Keynotes. Bitcoin remained the anchor for sentiment, and Ethereum held its zones with developer activity ticking higher. So, how do I frame the week? Stocks. Defensive rotation signals a market waiting for confirmation from earnings, data, and central bank timing. Crypto. Neutral consolidation. Institutional flows matter more, and macro headlines increasingly steer day-to-day moves. If you're tracking setups this week, here's what I'm watching. Energy momentum. Any rebound in growth sectors. Treasury tone. And Fed speak. Any hint that cuts pull forward could flip the risk switch. In crypto, whether BTC can hold the 90K handle and push for a clean breakout. And if ETH's activity translates into a decisive move. Quick recap reel. Stocks mixed, small caps outperformed. Energy led. Gold and silver caught a safety bid. Bitcoin held above 90K. ETH near resistance. Sentiment neutral. And ETF flows kept the floor sturdy. I'll keep this rolling with daily checkpoints. Drop the tickers you want me to track next. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next recap.